So this view might be a little familiar to you because we've already walked along the Sitaram Bazar road. That is what this is, the Sitaram Bazar road. Of course, you see the seasons have changed and we see a brighter sun now. Our plan for today is to re-explore the region close to Sitaram Bazar. What we'll try to do is we'll try to sort of take a turn that we probably did not take earlier, and we'll let this be a bit of a surprising walk. We'll see what we find in this area close to Sitaram Bazar and close to Turkman Gate. And yeah, let's go. So I'm not sure if you remember this from the previous video, but I do. This is an area that's close to Razia Sultan's tomb, which we explored, I think, in one of the earlier videos. And now we are sort of trying to go beyond on the same lane. And we'll try to find something new, something interesting. So this area of Turkman Gate is called Pahadi Bhojla, and hopefully we'll get to see a very interesting aspect of Old Delhi here. Alright, so now let's just try and get into this dark lane. And interestingly, I'm not sure if you noticed, but the name of this lane is actually called Andheri Gali, which means this is a dark lane. And I was earlier talking about Pahadi Bhojla and why that is a special place within Old Delhi. So Pahadi Bhojla, the name means that this is a hilly area of Old Delhi. So what we expect to see now is something very unusual. So we would end up gaining altitude during this walk, and it's very rare for that to happen in Delhi, especially in Old Delhi, right? But this area is a part of the Delhi Ridge, I mean indirectly, and it's a hilly area. So hopefully if we make the right turns, we will see, yeah, right there. So we'll see the elevation gain, and eventually we would be able to reach the highest point of Shahjahanabad. And yeah, you will be able to see it as well. So yeah, let's keep walking. So of course, given the unplanned development that has happened here in Old Delhi, we don't really get to see that natural landscape. We don't really get to feel or even think that there could be an elevation gain or a bit of a climb here. But that's precisely what's happening. I'm not sure if you're feeling it as well. I hope you are. But we are right now going up, 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 and it's just continuously going up for the last couple of minutes. And I'm not sure if I'm able to communicate that feeling, but it's a very intriguing feeling because this is definitely not something that you expect within Old Delhi, where all these houses are so close by, and all these people are living this very interesting life that is difficult to imagine unless you're right here. And in the middle of all these lives, there's an old hill or an old pahadi that's extremely difficult to fathom. But yeah, we'll keep walking and we'll try to get to the highest point, as I mentioned earlier. Believe it or not, but it's still happening. We are still going up and gaining elevation. I wish I had this app that would let me know how many meters or how many feet I've gained. But yeah, I don't have it at this moment. Sometimes this is so intriguing to think about the lives of people who would live in a completely different area of the city than where you live. And yeah, that's precisely what I'm thinking about. What would be life like in that house, for instance? Hi, this is a human who lives here. So that little boy was really sweet and polite and curious. So of course he saw me with the camera and he immediately got talking. He wanted to know what's the name of the channel, and he even subscribed. So hopefully he will very soon get to see himself on video. In fact, right now, in this very moment, if he sees the video, he would see himself. But yeah, coming back to our climb with me in Old Delhi, or our walk with me in Old Delhi, we are almost at the highest point of the Pahadi Bhojla area, and this water tank by the Delhi Jal Board. Of course, this represents the highest point of this area. And wow, look at that. You see a big boulder from the original Delhi Ridge, the Aravali Hills. It's also right here in this area. So let's try and go up, and let's see if we can get right to the water tank. Probably not, but yeah, this is, I think, as high as you can get in Shahjahanabad. And yeah, because you stayed on till now, you've been able to explore this with me. And this is just so fulfilling because I was not expecting that re-exploring an area would reveal something so interesting, but looks like it does. Wow, this sense of achievement and this peace, it's so wonderful. 83. Is 83 a prime number? I'm not too sure. It could be, I guess. So go back a few hundred years and that boulder probably would be a very, very prominent landmark in a very prominent spot of this hilly area. But of course not anymore. It's all taken over by the people who live here and by the houses in which the people live here. Also a bit of graffiti, I guess. Let's see what's in here. It's just amazing how different this walk feels. Like, you keep going up, you keep going hopefully down as well now that we've come up, And those are some stairs. I feel I'm really close to people who are living here. Alright, so with the morning sounds as our background music, we will come back right past this big boulder and let's see what we do. Wow, I just love these morning sounds. And I just love how much this walk has given me. Wow, look at that. Can you imagine that there are stairs during this walk and you're not even walking inside a building, you're walking in a public area, like outside the houses, yet you have to use the stairs to get down. And that tells you the elevation that you've gained. You did not probably notice it, but you definitely gained altitude on this wonderful weekend morning walk. I mean, it's wonderful, at least for me. You may not find it wonderful. But yeah, this is extremely wonderful and extremely fulfilling. All these nice weekend morning views and this very unexpected going up and coming down within Shahjahanabad. Wow, look at that. So these stairs are now getting us down, hopefully to the base average ground level of Shahjahanabad or of Chandni Chowk. I'm not really sure what part of Chandni Chowk we'll descend into, but it'll probably still be close to the Turkman Gate area or close to Pahadi Bhojla, which is like the area within Turkman Gate. But yeah, we'll miss these views and we'll miss these houses till we come up to this spot again. Alright, so we are still walking in this area, but as we've experienced before, we are walking down the stairs just as we were walking up. And quite the morning it has been so far. Pahadi Imli. So I think that's the exact area, Pahadi Imli. And of course the full address mentions a few other things as well. And now we are descending onto what seems like more of a straight street. So this is very unusual. I've never seen anything like this. It's probably for the birds, I think. Maybe for the pigeons that we see in large numbers here, to be honest. And yeah, I was wrong about this being a straight street. As you can see, we still see the stairs and we are walking down the stairs. And again, I cannot help but be intrigued by the unusual nature of actually going up and down the stairs as you're just walking along public streets of Old Delhi, because this never happens in Delhi, and especially Old Delhi, you just cannot expect this to happen. But yeah, here we are continuing on our unusual and wonderful little walk. So I think this day onwards I will just always be intrigued by stairs. Any stairs I see in a public place. There you can see some early morning breakfast prep, and the boy looks like a lefty, a bit like I am. So yeah, I think we are at the ground level now. We are on the other side of the little hill, the very interesting urban jungle kind of hill that we saw here in Pahadi Bhojla or Pahadi Imli. And yeah, I think this is where we would end today's walk. A very unusual walk, but I hope you enjoyed this and you enjoyed looking at this very unusual area of Old Delhi. So yeah, I will catch you again soon. Till then, you take care. Bye.